What is up? Welcome back. Friday Fuel from unknown to unforgettable. We got Jalon or Jalen. How do you say it? Jalen or Jalon? What is it?
David, you almost got it.
Jalen, baby. Let's go. So we got Jalen Talley in the building with True Wealth Financial. Welcome to the show, man. Good to see you.
Man, it's a great thing to be here, brother. Good seeing you as well, bro.
Of course. Yeah, man. I thought I had to have you on here, bro, because I have to admit, when I first saw you in at 8%, I was like, this dude's one of the swaggiest insurance agents that you'll come across. Just genuine good dude. Before I just a little bit about Jalen. I mean, this dude just got great values, great morals from the start. He gives more than he takes in relationships. This dude from the little time that we've been able to talk, get to know each other, like this dude just wants the best for people, the agents that he works with. So I'm super honored and privileged, bro, to have you on here. Let's start out. What's a weekly win or win that you've had recently?
Man, I try to calculate daily wins.
Yeah, bro.
uh, a weekly win for me, man, is I'm granted with another day, each and every day, man, from God, and every day I'm grateful for that, and I think if people can be more grateful for the smaller things. It doesn't necessarily have to be money or uh, anything. If you can just wake up every day and know that God has granted you another day, it puts you in a whole different perspective. You know what I mean? Moving forward, when it comes to my business, I could finally start to see some new agents producing, going out there and making moves, and I think it's really starting to click for one individual right now who I've been really working with, and I'm excited to see his growth, man. So yeah, man, I'm super pumped up for that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, we've been onboarding a bunch of different agents and seeing people like actually like see the opportunity go from that to actually like the belief when they actually start getting the deposits and helping families like is a different type of, it's just a different feeling, bro, because it's like you see it for yourself. At first you're kind of skeptical a little bit. Does this work?
Yeah,
Is this actually real? And then you believe it and you try to transfer that conviction to other agents, and then when they start seeing it to help other people, it just gets like, holy cow, it's your brain starts getting blown. But how's that been, man? Like, what's your mindset in that? Just, I mean, producing, you see it, but helping other people get to that spot as well. How's that been in that time?
um, man, it's a challenging process, because I think the biggest challenge is wanting to see people win so bad, but it doesn't click for them at first,
Yeah.
or they don't may not have the same work ethic that you have, and I have to really hone back in and be like, okay, Jalen, like everybody isn't built the same, so you have to train, teach people in different ways to help them get to the next level. One thing that I used to do when I first started our agency was put my expectation on agents. Like, hey, this is what I expect from you. And
Yeah,
I
bro.
soon realize like, okay, if I keep doing that, then I'm going to get more and more frustrated. The agents will get frustrated, and we're not going to get anywhere. So
Yeah.
now I'm able to really sit back and figure out what the agent wants directly and help them get there by holding them accountable to what they said they want to do. So
So
now
good.
I can like clean and be like, hey, this is what you said you want. This is what I'm willing to do to help you get there. But you have to meet me halfway to help you get there as well.
Totally.
And the journey, if the agent decides to still work with us or decides to move on, I know I've done everything in my power to help them get them to where they need to go. One of my mentors, he actually asked me, he was like, okay, Jalen, like you're complaining about all these different things happening, but what percentage do you play a role in them not succeeding? And I was like, at first I was like, my pride came up. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Yeah.
I don't any roles in that. And he said, okay, how often are you holding people accountable to what they said they wanted? And I said, not very often. And he said, so you'll say about 95% of the the success that they did not create is on you, because you already know what it takes to get to the next level, but they don't know just yet. And I was like, okay. From that moment, Johnny, I tell you what, like it was like a light bulb.
So good.
Click. So incredible, man. It's incredible.
Yeah. So that was just a moment of like holding people accountable to what they said they were going to do before.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
That's awesome. So you obviously you produce. Talk about your partnership. I know you got a good business relationship. It's awesome to see. Like, talk about that. How you guys do that together, and are in business together. Like, it's crazy to see like just the partnership you two have. How what's like a key, some keys to a successful business relationship or business dynamic in that way?
Yeah. So you're referring to Michael Cortain.
Yes, sir.
Best friend, man, since middle school. And I know there's a lot of people that be like, well, okay, you're not supposed to be really doing business with friends or family and stuff like that. But our relationship is super interesting, you know, like we're brothers. Like, so we know exactly what triggers each other to either go and win, or triggers each other to, piss him off, or he pissed me off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way our relationship works is we understand what we're good at. Like, I understand what Mike is really, really good at, and he also understands what I'm really, really good at. So I don't try to overstep my boundaries when it comes to what he likes to do, and he doesn't overstep his boundaries on things that I don't like to do, and what I like to do. So
Yep.
we actually, and it works so well because, for instance, like, he's really good at training and producing and showing people how to go out there and write policies in the field. I can do the same thing, but I know that Mike's a better trainer when it comes to that. So I have to humble myself and submit to the process that he created to help that agent go out there and produce. Versus for me, man, Mike, I'm really good when it comes to mindset training, putting systems in place. Mike,
Yeah.
he doesn't like so he'll send people to me to do orientations, to do the onboarding, to do everything else. And that's kind of how we just, worked our relationship out.
That's awesome, man. So you talk about that, like being in business with your best friend. I mean, I personally really like being in business with friends in warm market, to be honest. Like, we don't really have a ton of cold market people that we're like spending like tons of money on ads. Like, honestly, it's a lot of warm market. And then I think what I've seen is it sticks better. People actually are in business for a longer time, instead of a quick turnover. Like, people actually stay longer, and then you have that relationship. But then it also can be just business oriented and not relationship based as well. From what I can tell is you have a good mixture of both in that. Talk to me about that a little bit, of like how you've been able to, have a mixture of both, that good business relationship, but then also keeping the relationship outside of business results, making money, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Me and Mike, we have the same moral beliefs as well. And I think that's really what's key,
Yeah.
having the same values and the same belief system. And I think that's really key for business, because no matter how business turn out, whether you have a great month or a bad month, at the end of the day, your morals and your values are still going to stay intact. And being in business with the people who have the same values and beliefs as you, it makes business a lot easier, because you don't just look at them as a business partner. You look at them as a person who God created them as. So
Yeah.
there's always a respect level between me and Mike, no matter how the business is going. We started out first as friends, as brothers, and that's always how the relationship is going to start. It's always going to, continue to progress. But we understand when to turn on our business owner hats and be like, okay, Mike, no, you gotta get to this, get here, right? And we just have a found respect for everybody. And honestly, we treat every agent the same way. We don't look at people as like, hey, this is our partner, this is this. No, we look at you like, hey, you're Johnny. I'm here to assist you. You're here to assist me. And we're all able to hold each other accountable to help us all get to the next level. And that's how all of our relationships and all of our partnerships work out, is because we look at people as who God created them as, and not necessarily just a number or just a partnership.
Yeah, I think that that holds a lot of weight and a lot of value, um, in terms of just like having like seeing people as a person, not just as a quick like, oh, you can make me money. I think that a lot of the industry can lean towards that, but I think your genuineness, like, I mean, it shines through from the first time like we talked and spoke. Like I feel that from you, and I guarantee your agents feel that as well. So I really respect that and admire you about that.
Thank you.
Admire you for that.
I want to say one more thing on that too, because for me and Mike, we were trying to come up with like our core values and things of that nature. And you got all these different core values for people that people have, and that's amazing. But me and Mike, we try to just keep it simple. The only core values that we have for our entire agency, when we do our orientation, we tell people, you will be successful in this industry, and with us is if you have two things, and that's gratitude and love. Those are the only core values that we have when it comes to our agency and the people that work with us. If you can express gratitude and be grateful for the things that God has given you and granted you with, perfect. And if you show love to anybody that you do business with, any client, any agent that comes in, you're going to have success, because love encompasses everything. And that's kind of just what our values are. I think that's what's really helping us trend up now versus when we were trying to focus on the dollar. It never worked out.
Dude, that's so good, because it's a people business. When you really focus on the person and not the check that comes after that, I think that that's where tons of money can come. Like, and but it's having a genuine heart to that. If it doesn't happen, that's okay, because the reward is in that love, which is cool. And I respect that a lot. So what are some things you listen to hype you up in the morning, to get your mindset right? What are some things that you do in that way?
Oh man, you probably think I'm weird, man, but I really don't listen to like a lot of music in the morning. I really don't listen to a lot of music during the week, actually. Unless it's like feel good music that make me when I get tired when I'm in the field. But in the morning routine, for the first 4 hours, I wake up around 5 o'clock. My first 4 hours, I'm focusing on mind, body, spirit. So when I wake up, the first thing I'm doing is I'm reading my scripture, and then I'm going to the gym, and then I'm listening to a sermon from our church, and that's all I'm listening to in the morning. And then when I get home, I'm listening to some type of YouTube video where it's like a small instrumental, like a relaxation instrumental, like hymns and just like rainforest stuff to really put my mind at ease.
Yeah.
And help me focus on the day. But yeah, I really don't listen to too much. Outside of that, I listen to Earl Nightingale, The Stranger's Secret, and what to say when you talk to yourself. Those are the books that I'm typically. That's the book that I'm reading, and then that audio I listen to as well.
That's so good. I love it. So you listen to a lot of good stuff. What's some keys to your mindset? Like having a good mindset throughout the day, because it's Friday, it's the last day of the week. Like what's some motivational things? Because I know you're one, like I know you can motivate people. Like I felt motivated just from kind of what you were saying in that one room at 8%. But like, what are some things that motivate you, inspire you, like or nuggets that you give to your agents on a day-to-day basis?
It's really situational. You know what I mean? Like every situation is different depending on the agent. Like I'm not going to recommend a certain audio for one agent who may be dealing with something else. So it's all situational. But at the end of the day, it all just comes down to the reason why agents don't go out there and produce is due to a lack of confidence. Like that's 1,000% of the time.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm always sharing stuff when it comes to confidence, when it comes to belief, and when it comes to inspiring people. Like I don't believe in motivating people. Motivation, you get motivated for like 15 minutes and then you're back doing the same thing.
Right.
But I'm inspiring people, man. and encouraging them. So I always focus really, really big on the mindset and the spiritual side of people, because those are the two things that really is going to help the agent. Like, somebody can know the whole presentation, but at the end of the day, if they don't have the confidence or the courage to really go out there and produce, the presentation really doesn't really matter at that point, right? Like, I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of different agents that you probably worked with who didn't know anything about the presentation, but they had the willingness, the drive, and the confidence to just go out there and produce. And they learned it over time and had way better success than the people who's trying to really learn every single word on the presentation. Like, it doesn't work out. So I'm always focusing on helping agents with their confidence, their belief, and if they're open to it, their spirituality, man, because I know everything first starts and manifests from the spirit, and then it manifests into the physical. So if I can help somebody figure out how to control their mind and their spirit, everything else is going to manifest into the physical sooner or later.
Yeah, that's awesome. So as we wrap up here, I ask this to every Friday Field person, because it's Friday, last day of the week. I mean, inspiration, pour some fuel, like pour some gas on the fire. What are some things that are going through your head that could really just get us ready to go in to ending the week strong, or even like fuel to start the new week better? So give us some motivation or inspiration, just motivational quotes or inspirational quotes, as you would say.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Let me see on that, man. I got so many, Johnny. I got so many, man. It's Friday, guys. Just know that at the end of the day, you don't get what you want, and that just simply comes from your work ethic, the mindset that you have, and the desires that you have to be able to go out there and create. I'm a big scripture guy. I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anybody, but there's a scripture in the Bible, two scriptures that really helped me get me to where I am. It's Matthew 6:33. It says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you," which simply states that, hey, if you are following everything that Christ laid out for you, He'll be able to bless you and grant you with whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's Habakkuk 2:2. It says, "Write the vision, make it plain, so that he who sees it can run." At the end of the day, guys, we have visions that the Most High has put into our hearts, into our mind. But understand that your vision isn't just for you. It's for the people who's coming behind you, right? That's why Christ, He had 12 disciples, because He had a vision that was put in place, but He needed other people to help fulfill that vision for them. So at the end of the day, you have a vision that was put into your heart that you need to go out there and pursue, because there's other people behind you who is literally waiting for you to accomplish whatever it is that you need to accomplish to be able to get them to where they want to go. So the longer you hold up on what you're supposed to be doing, guess what, guys? It's going to hold everybody else up from that process.
Yeah.
The fact that Johnny even came on here, he has this podcast going on right now. Guys, listen, this is a part of Johnny's purpose, and it's helping so many people out in their life to help them get them to where they want to go. And Johnny, this is my favorite quote right here, man. Your impact will be directly correlated to the value that you bring to the given marketplace. So at the end of the day, if you want to make more money, add more value to your agents and to your clients on a day-to-day basis, and I guarantee you'll be able to triple and quadruple your income. And Johnny, you're living proof of that, man. You're doing $30,000 a week now. I see your numbers, man. It's amazing. So continue doing what you guys are doing, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Seriously, thank you so much for that. But it's been fun having you on here, bro, just to fuel the fire. And I feel the love, bro. I feel the love, that's for sure. And I guarantee that everybody listening to this does as well. If people like what they heard, there's been some questions here in the comments. What was the book what's the book that you were listening to or you listened to?
Yeah, it's What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Hempstetter.
Okay.
Looks like is.
Yeah.
What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Hemstetter. This book is really, really good. This helps people deal with limiting beliefs, and it teaches you how to say the certain words to yourself on a day-to-day basis that's going to give you the confidence, encourage you to get to the next level. And it also helps you point out all the negatives that you're not even aware that you're thinking. And it gives you so many different principles to help you get to the next level. It's really, really good. The other one was Earl Nightingale. It's an audio that you can find on YouTube. It's called The Strangest Secret. There was a time where I was listening to that every single day for like 3 months. Like now I listen to it like once or twice every week. But there's so many principles in that audio. Listen, you just gotta listen to it. There's so many.
It's called what is it? The
Strangest Secret, or Nightingale.
Strangest Secret. Okay, cool. I'm gonna look that up. Looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Well, if people want to reach out to you, they really liked what they heard. How can they follow you on the journey with True Wealth? How can they follow you just in your day-to-day stuff? I mean, how could they reach out to you or follow you?
Follow my Instagram tag is Jalon Talley, JALON TALLEY, and then our True Wealth account is TRUU Wealth.
I love it, bro. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, man. It's been awesome and super encouraging to my soul. And I know everybody else on here, like it was really good. So I appreciate you, man. If you're watching, thank you so much for watching every single Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific time. People in the Pacific that are waking up early, this show's for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jalon, for coming on here. And I'll see you next week, 10 a.m. Eastern. Have a great one, guys.